Hey there everybody, how is it going? It's Eric again, and today I got another high school tips for you guys. Now, I'm saying this one's high school tips, but in all honesty it can be applied to almost every other place in life. And for you guys today, I will be talking about how to effectively manage your time. And this may seem kind of like a basic concept, but trust me, if you're like me or like some people I know, time management is probably one of the hardest and most difficult things you could ever do. But I guarantee you, if you learn how to manage your time effectively, it is probably the uh, biggest help you will ever find later on down the road. So, to manage your time effectively really depends on your schedule. And by schedule, since this is high school tips, I'm talking about like your class schedule. Because if you're taking a lot of harder classes, you should be expecting a lot more homework, which means you'll have less free time. Whereas if you're taking easy classes, you shouldn't be getting too much homework, or if you are getting a ton of homework, it shouldn't be that hard. So you'll have maybe a little bit more free time. And time management really comes down to when you get home, because if you're in high school or pre-secondary education, like middle school or elementary school, your classes are very regimented. Even in high school, I should add that. Even in high school, your classes are very regimented. As in, you have to get to high school because your first class begins at this time, it ends at this time. Second class begins at this time, ends at this time, and so on and so forth. And it's just going to keep going and going and going until you end at your last class, which lets out at that one time when it gets out. And so what you got to do is, depending on whether you get a ride home or you drive home or you ride the bus home, that's when the time management really needs to kick in. Because if you were like me throughout my years of high school, time management wasn't my best friend, and I'm just out there to help you guys. So what you got to do when you get home is you got to set a plan for yourself, follow that plan, and everything would and should go better. Because if you set a certain plan and a schedule for what you do when you get home, trust me, it'll help you immensely. And I can't stress that enough, because before, when I would just do whatever I want whenever I felt like it, as soon as I would get home, this is going back to my junior, sophomore years, because I was kind of a very, very bad student then. What I would do as soon as I got home, I would go to sleep. Immediately. As soon as I get home, I would go to sleep. And then when I'd wake up, maybe about 3 or 4 hours later, I would get something to eat. And then I would play video games for days. And that sounds really bad, but that's pretty much all that I did. And I'll admit to that. And it's kind of giving me a bad rap. I'm sorry, bad rep. But in all honesty, I'm working to change that and all that, which is why I kind of developed my own time management. And I am going to kind of tell you guys about mine, and hopefully you'll develop your own. So what I do now is, as soon as I get home, I'll take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes just for free time. You know, school can be stressful, so it's good to just sit back and relax for a bit. And honestly, no one can blame you for doing that, because anything at any time can get overwhelming, and sometimes everyone just does need to relax, and that's kind of what I did. So 30 minutes to an hour, I get home, I relax, and then that's when I'd start on my homework. And homework can really either kill the rest of your free time or embrace the rest of your free time, depending on how much homework you get at any given moment. Because I know even in high school, there are times where you'll get a ton of homework, and I feel you there. I feel your pain. But if that situation arises, you really have to stay on top of things. Because albeit that free time after homework is nice, chances are, even though you will get it, there's always that possibility that you have too much homework and you can't embrace free time afterwards. So what I recommend is, as soon as you get home and you finish your free time, you do your homework, because homework, even though I hate it and I can't stress how much I don't like homework, it is very important to not only your grade but also to your future, because of how much homework matters in high school, middle school, and elementary school. I know it's tough, it's daunting, or it's just plain out annoying, but we've all got to suffer through it. And if you do what I do and if you did what I did and just not care about it, then it could really hurt you in the future. So I really don't recommend you do that. So again, when you get home, 30 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes free time, then homework. And if you finish your homework early, which if you're watching this and it's a high school tips and you're in high school, you should finish pretty fast, even though I know high school can have a lot of classes and it can get kind of annoying. But yeah, it shouldn't take you that long. And if you get home like when I did, which was about 4 o'clock, then you should be done around maybe 6 to 8. And then everything else just depends on when you sleep, or pretty much everything else is up to you, because you're done with your work, you're done with what you're obligated to do, and you've had your free time. And overall, it's just really useful if you learn how to manage your time effectively. I'm not really going too in depth, but I'm not going just too general, I hope. So that's a little tidbit I can tell you guys about for time management, and hopefully this helps you out. If not, I do apologize, but time management is kind of a bad thing for me to be talking about, just because I still haven't perfected my own schedule for time management. I just kind of hopefully helped you guys out. Anyways, I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I hope that I helped you. Anyways, guys, I will see you all later.